with their Nordic roots and global scale, TietoEVRY creates purposeful technology to reinvent the world for good, transform business, and progress society. Their Insurance in a Box is an open ecosystem platform to fast-track insurance and broker digitalization. Find out how you can accelerate innovation and shorten your time to market. Please welcome TietoEVRY. Thank you very much, everyone. No one likes the sound of their own recorded voice, do they? But yes, thanks so much, everyone, for being here today. We've got some really great speakers to discuss a really innovative solution, in my opinion, to quite a pressing challenge. We've got two industry experts, titans of insurance and insurtech. I am the head of content for ITC DIA. Some of you may recognize me from our webinars and other publications that we do. I'm going to quickly allow Jesper and Samir to introduce yourself. We're going to go start with Samir. You take the floor.
Yep, my name is Samir Datyu. I'm responsible for insurance and wealth solutions in TietoEVRY. We are setting up in the in the Nordics, with our headquarters in Finland.
Yeah,
Jesper.
and I'm Jesper Strömqvist, and I'm the CEO of the Swedish innovation company Elephant. That is an innovation company connected to the by far market-leading Länsförsäkringar insurance company in Sweden.
Fantastic, and I'm sure Jesper's going to walk us through some very unpronounceable Swedish words as we go through the session. But let's kick off, because we've got a lot to get through. Samir, actually. Let's kick off with you. We're going to generally set the scene here. In your opinion, what are the most important industry trends going on right now? And explain that from TietoEVRY's perspective.
Yeah, I can take up from where the Deloitte guys left off. We do have common beliefs that it starts with technology, processes, and people. However, there are some specific trends that are very evident in the market. Embedment of insurance proposals when it comes to life, compliance related, and transparency about instruments, and also the possibility of having ESG. And then, of course, there is this massive elephant in the room, and it has been there for a long time, related to transformation, how incumbents can possibly transform their industry, and with what are the steps or what are the options available to actually do it. And at TietoEVRY, we try and help our customers, like LF Group up in Sweden, and the innovation company that Jesper represents for them, to figure out how this transformation goes and how we can empower it all the way from technology as the enabler for both processes and helping people to actually achieve that transformation.
And now we're going to set the scene from Elephant's perspective as well. I'm sure this is going to resonate with quite a few people. Can you run through some of the challenges you were facing and then talk through why you felt it was a good idea to bring in a partner to enable that change?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so of course there are a lot of great strengths and advantages with big insurance companies. You all know that, but also some challenges. So our role is really to work with the transformation within that field. And I would say that the challenges is really about stuff that many of you already know. That it's about both that, it works the way it is today, and also, of course, on the IT side, it's about that it's a big legacy within the IT systems. So that together with the challenges makes it hard to move forward outside small, cool projects only. So to really move forward, you need the right partnership and enablers. And there, TietoEVRY and Samir's team within the Insurance in a Box is now making that possible to write history within the future insurance.
We'll come into Insurance in a Box later. It's a very important buzzword, but there's almost a more important word for this discussion, really, for this whole event, for this whole industry. Samir, say the T word and talk us through the different ways that is going to manifest.
Yeah, I mean, from TietoEVRY's perspective, like I said, we are helping our customers in the transformation process. This is the key for us. And from our perspective, it is technology on one side, but also societal events on the other side. And both put together put a lot of pressure on incumbent insurers to figure out a way to address these changing societal needs. And digitization is a way to address those needs. What we have been trying to do is create the possibility, create the enablers, create the technology solutions or components which will enable this transformation to happen. And I mean, there are many ways you can probably run a transformation process. In TietoEVRY, we have realized that this massive multi-million euro transformation projects are past. It doesn't work. I mean, or it goes on for so long that somewhere along the line, business value is forgotten, and it simply becomes a way of continuation without having a concrete business idea behind it. And we have focused on trying to help our customers go through the transformation process with very small steps, very easy steps, which allow easy innovation, accelerate innovation, but at the same time, if things are failing, change it. Change the approach, change the business logic if needed, so that you can de-risk the innovation process, you can de-risk the transformation process. So from our perspective, it has been working quite well, and that's where probably Elephant and we came together with SEFA, where it was quite evident that this was wanting to be a step-by-step approach that Jesper has been driving.
And let's discuss those different concepts, areas of transformation. That was the T word, by the way, in case you missed it. Yes, but there's quite a lot that goes into it. It's not just transforming one area or one bit of technology, is it? It's loads of things that come into it. Walk us through that.
Yeah, it takes some work to make it work. But I would want to show you guys what it's really about, and then actually answer your question. So it's going to take maybe 30 minutes more or so. No, I'm kidding. But we are now. This is not working then, sadly. But the thing we are, maybe you can fix that.
See if the magic fingers work.
Bottom. The thing we are actually doing together with both a lot of competence within Länsförsäkringar, the big insurance company, and with the smart tech partners, TietoEVRY, is a kind of a fighter brand, as many of you know from the telecom industry. Yeah. You use the knowledge behind, the big knowledge behind about product and risk and etc. and so on. Then you make something outside. Yeah. So this is actually a world premiere today. Yeah. So whatever session you go on to after this is the most important of them all. So it's about a new insurance brand backed then by selected Länsförsäkringar companies, because it's many Länsförsäkringar companies in Sweden. And it's a fully digital home insurance to start out with. I think some of you recognize this from other countries. And it's developed together with users, and it's very, very focused about creating the magical user experience, especially for young adults. Because if we don't catch the young adults, then we are gone. So we can be as happy as we can about that it works well today, but we need to take this challenge on. That's what we are doing with SEFA together with the Insurance in a Box team. And here's a little bit about the architecture, and my colleagues could explain more about this maybe later on if you want, and Samir. But it's smart stuff there. So next picture, please. Again, about the user experience, and this is very secret so far, so no photos. But we have worked really, really hard together with the young adults to really create trust and to not become another one of those that think they know how to be cool. Instead, be really relevant of their needs and how to be in that situation. And this is an example of that very digital insurance that should meet up with your needs. and become something much more than an insurance in the future then, of course. And Pling. Here is the team also. So you see here people from Insurance in a Box and from Elephant, not from Länsförsäkringar itself, but also I would like to give a big hand for the TietoEVRY team and for the Elephant team, Björn and Anton and Rickard and Maral and Sofia and a lot of other people, so please. Back to your question then, it's about it's about the mindset, of course. Everybody has been in a summer kickoff where you talk about future strategy and how you should transform inside out, and Kairos Future is there, and it's very smart, everything. And then you come back to an ordinary week, and yeah, nothing changes, yeah? So the mindset is everything, and we believe that to change the mindset is actually about very simple keys. It's about to make people understand that it's possible, that it will take very big effort. But in the end of the day, I mean, it also means that we are not sitting around watching someone else doing it. We are doing it ourselves. So if I can use my competence as a product specialist to also create history for the future insurance, that will be a heck of a better legacy than to just continue as normal then. And then when it comes to competence that you were on to also, of course, competence is key in this case, and we have the brilliant minds of Insurance in a Box and Samir teams at TietoEVRY. We also have, I would say, the Nordic best competence within Länsförsäkringar with all the, insurance stuff. Mm-hmm. And the teams in Elephant and Seifa that are very good in how to create new markets and experience then. And of course, we have compliance also. Compliance, we understand that is important. Yeah, it's not the most fun thing to work with, but we have put a lot of effort, and I want to give credit to the compliance people also, because they also can be brave. It is possible to be secure or to be safe and to follow the rules, but to also try out new stuff. So that together is making the magic of both transforming and create new awesome products for the market.
And Samir, I'm going to bring you in again because there's one other element to transformation, and it's a big part of the ecosystem, to almost give away what you're about to say. But talk us through that final piece of the puzzle.
Yeah. For some of you who have already known Insurance in a Box, we have been here for some time. Actually, we have come a full circle. In 2017, we were here for the first time in Barcelona. And that time we were there as spectators, trying to be inspired about what we can do. And then we got the idea that we probably could build an ecosystem partnership, an open ecosystem partnerships with a bunch of people, a bunch of companies, bunch of solution providers out there, and see if that would actually turn the game around. Instead of TietoEVRY being a solution provider selling our solutions to insurers, we turn it around and say, we will try and create solutions that satisfy the needs of our customers, and make sure that our platform, a platform that is powered by several different companies, not just us, is able to cater to these business needs. So we embarked on the idea of building an open ecosystem, leveraging the power of partnership a little bit, tied up with a lot of companies, small, large, sometimes competition, in order to be able to have a possibility for insurers, wealth managers to be able to figure out how best they can help, or they can go about in the transformation journey and create a kind of possibility to pick and choose exactly what they could do. This is not easy because for a company like ours who has been in the technology side for long, and we have 23,000 people working with us doing only technology stuff, it's a little bit difficult to keep our egos out of the window and say that not everything has to be invented by us, not all the smartest people work for us, but they can be out there in conferences like DIA, where we can pick up some of these brilliant ideas, brilliant minds, brilliant solutions, integrate them into one platform, and then enable our customers like Länsförsäkringar or in this case Elephant to be able to do new things, kickstart their innovation journey, kickstart their transformation journey, and allow this to blossom inside out, not just outside in. So that's how we have been focusing a little bit on building an ecosystem partnership in this area.
Well, yeah, you and I have spoken before about the sheer number of stakeholders that there are in play here, and the ecosystem model certainly lends itself to that.
There are some, yeah.
Yes, but back to you. You've given us a good idea of what the process has been so far and what the aims are, but this is obviously an ongoing process. Talk me through the next, and I'm going to throw an arbitrary figure at you, the next 5, 10 years. What does that look like for you?
Yeah, should I do it day by day?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, cool. No, but really, like the journey of Elephant and Länsförsäkringar in this case is to take responsibility to build a future insurance. And that may sound like a little bit like a cliche, but this is a proof of that. Because SAFEA is live today in a beta version, first step, but in reality, yeah? So in 10 years from now, I think, or I demand on myself to have become a big part of how to develop the new field of insurance. That means also, of course, to use a lot of partnerships and enabler like the great team of Insurance in the Box and TietoEVRY, but also other enablers that you're going to hear out here in the conference, like new technique like the GPT, someone maybe heard about that, and also like embedded insurance and stuff like that. And the universe of SAFEA is going to be a big part of that in 10 years from now. I promise you that.
And coming back to something that we've mentioned a few times, we've been flirting with it. Insurance in a box. Samir, tell everyone about it. What is there to know?
Sorry, could you repeat what?
Insurance in a box.
Yeah. So, like I said earlier, Insurance in a Box is a platform that we have built, which has been built kind of from scratch. We started building this in 2018, and now it is already grown enough with about 37 partners on it, with their solutions or accelerators on it. And we have a complete back-to-back integration, not only of the technology solutions, but also from a business perspective where there are back-to-back legal frameworks which can be adapted nicely to any insurer who wants to go about on the transformation journey or leverage the platform from an innovation perspective. I mean, some things that we have kept in mind when we have been trying to build this is, first and foremost, we wanted to ensure that it is 100% flexible to be able to address the business need, whether it is the possibility to have what is it called? The possibility to pay as you use, or the possibility to write it off as a one-time investment. So first and foremost, we have the financial managed nicely. Second, we have tried to do is also ensure that it is 100% possible to ensure that you can not only try new things, but also fail and try again until it is not 100% ready for you to move ahead. It remains as it is without having to have the burden of having the entire platform to take into play. You can pick and choose exactly the accelerators, be it on the claim side or the policy building side or embedment or whatever. You can, as an insurer, you can pick and choose exactly what you want to utilize. Another interesting thing is it is fully supporting white labeling, which means not only can the insurers have their own user experience layers on top of it, but they can also enable their channel partners to be able to do it and also have it completely gray labeled so that anybody in the ecosystem can, on the insurer's own ecosystem, can also leverage this nicely. We started with a little bit on the P&C side, but then we have been moving on the life and pension side also, and now it is quite across the whole plethora of what can be as part of insurance and wealth management. We have used some of our own IPRs in it, but also these collection of 37 partners from outside who have been contributing to the platform development per se. Another interesting thing that we have also tried to do is also keep it completely agnostic of cloud. I mean, it runs on cloud. Either it is on our private cloud or it can be on any cloud. We ensure that nobody gets held hostage. None of our customers get held hostage simply because it is running on a particular platform per se, be it global or local. And the last thing that we have also tried to do is also ensure that compliance is in place so that it is compliant by design. It is very easy to make sure that the EU rules and regulations or the local country rules and regulations, be it in Asia or Latin America, is able to be supported in able to leverage this platform going forward. And currently the platform is being used both by large companies like LF and innovation departments or companies like Jesper is leading, but also by startups which are not necessarily part of incumbent, but also want to try and explore the market on their own. So it has been growing and building and exploding, I would say, over a period of time. And if and when people have time, they can come and drop by so we can have a little bit further conversation, both from an insurance perspective, but also from a partnership perspective. If you have solutions that might fit nicely onto the platform, we are more than happy to listen.
I just want to add also, it's very interesting, and we look, of course, forward to dig into new kind of partnership with TietoEVRY and Samir and his team within different fields and technology and so on, and that is really awesome. I also have to mention a big credit to Länsförsäkringar as a traditional company to be brave enough to do this. And I also maybe lost some names before, so I should mention Maral and Marcus and others that has done a lot, because it's a lot of people. We are like 60, 70 people has worked together. So it takes effort, but it's worth it if you want to be in the big game.
I agree. I mean, it is. I mean, like you said. I mean, we are just a technology enabler, but at the end of the day, it is also about processes and people. And what Jesper has been trying to do with the company is to trying to ensure that these processes go smoothly. The processes that you had in the past, or the operations that don't get stuck in those processes. Invent completely new simplified stuff, not only outside towards the market, but also inside in the company, and then also look at the possibility of how best it can be powered by all the intelligent people that are already part of that of your organization, and leverage the partnerships and the people that we have outside in the whole ecosystem per se.
Yeah. Very much so.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got a few minutes left, so I want to throw a question your way. Don't worry, it's not going to be a gotcha question at all. But seeing as we have, one representative of the enabler side, another from the insurance carrier side, and just thinking about partnerships, because a lot of people here will be thinking about the best ways, best practices in that respect. So maybe from Jesper, from your perspective, we could get your top tips for partnering up with the enablers, and Samir, likewise, top tips for partnering up with the insurance carriers. Jesper, if you want to go first.
Yeah, I think it all starts with having respect that if you think that you understand each other, you need to work some months more until you really understand each other. Because we all sell stuff in the end of the day, so the offer we, like a technical partner or enabler has, is very smart, yeah, of course, but then it should really be possible to integrate. So I would say that one part, even though I'm representing an innovation company, one part of it is to really put the time and effort into it. One other thing is also to do as much as possible as a joint venture, or like a joint journey, at least as we are doing together. Because people need to feel in the beginning of the day that we are doing this together. Because then even if it's like a payment service, that should be like a partner or enabler within the ecosystem of TietoEVRY, they also need to understand the bigger goal of it. So it's not about money and contracts in them. So to really understand each other and to believe in the end game, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, we have been doing this for some time now, and it's we have also learned a little bit about it over a period of time. First and foremost, I think when we talk about partnership, it's all about brutal honesty. I mean, people who are connected to our platform, of course, it's important that the technology should make sense. There should be a possibility to have integration in place, and there have to be contracts. All that is fine. But if we are not able to have a human dialogue, if our value systems are not the same, then it probably is not a partnership that is going to work. It is extremely important to have the same value system in place when we are coming together, especially when we have an open ecosystem where it is not necessarily always driven by contracts first, but with a little bit of a futuristic, almost utopian idea that, hey, over a period of time, we will have this fantastic opportunity to do business together and grow our possibilities in the market together. So this human connect is probably, from our experience, has probably been the most important thing, because if technology is broken, we can always fix it. But if a relationship gets broken from a human perspective, it becomes almost impossible to proceed. So we have been a little bit black and white about it. If things don't seem to fly with a relationship, we have been almost immediately willing to separate and go our own ways and figure out how to address that. So that's the other flip side of having an open ecosystem or a partnership-based approach.
Fantastic stuff. Well, that is just about all we have time for. I hear they need some more microphones in the back of the room. Anyway, thank you so much for everyone who joined. Thank you, Jesper and Samir, for your riveting insights. Thank you, everyone else, for indulging me. We'll leave the stage now. Do check out TietoEVRY stand, which is on the far side of the expo floor. Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you.